nothing better than to start the new season in my home waters. And it being 50 degrees, negative tides, Maverick behind me. Last year, we filmed one, just me and Taylor, that was nothing short of epic. Crazy cold, very low, with some sight fishing. I mean, then it was like you couldn't do anything wrong. We've got a cold front that just happened. We got another cold front coming today. It's nothing like back-to-back cold fronts, negative tide and 50 degrees. But we're gonna try some cool things today. Get way in the back. Maybe find some fish sitting on some mud, warming up, looking for that blanket. See if we can catch a few and make a few stars out of them. Season 6 starts now. All right. To our left here at the end of this. Oh yeah. Yeah. We're here. Good thing you can't see my eyeballs watering. We're sitting in the back of Gasparilla Sound right now. So what happens, the tide gets pushed out with these cold fronts. Northeast winds push all this water out. And if you can get back here, while we're in the Maverick today, but you get back here and you find these fish that are just trapped in these holes. And sometimes these little bays have just big sand holes. The fish get pushed off the flat because they got no water. They end up in these holes. A lot of mullet sitting here. The fish we're after are sitting underneath those mullet. And we're gonna see if we can sneak back here and catch a few. Maybe even sight fish with them. I mean, there's apparently some mullet been back here. See how mudded up is on the edge? Oh, right here, snook. I see the wake, where is it? Oh, how about that one? How about that one, boys? Oh, jeez. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. I mean, absolute munched it. Oh yeah. That joker's cold. He's shaking his head like, what happened? Oh yeah. All right, come here, big guy. Oh yeah. Dude. Look at that, remora and all. Oh yeah. Come on, shake off, big guy. There he goes. So a perfect case scenario of just laid up snook on this super shallow, kind of muddy bottom. He didn't really want to move, but he can't help himself when the worm comes to visit. You know, I think they think these worms are like little eels, and they get down into the, they think it's gonna get down into the sand, and before it does, they're all about it. That's a freshwater worm just cut down to about 3 inches. Quality, boys. We'll take that. We'll take it. Let me get him back in. Yeah, so there's a little trough. sometimes, you know, when it's really low water, they'll either, one or two places, they'll be up sunning themselves, trying to warm up, or they'll be out in that deeper water sitting on the bottom. But also, it's a little muddier bottom here, so sometimes they'll just sit there, you know, snook especially, because they have that flat chest. And when they sit on that bottom, their eyes are always looking up, right? So if something comes by in this trough, they don't have to work so hard. You just come up and grab it, go back down to the bottom and sit. And hopefully it's a little worm that they just can't wait to have. Got him. Oh my God, oh no! Dude, did you see that one? Oh, painful. Dude, that joker was on fire. So this is just a Ned style jig head. I'm actually using a 1/4 ounce for distance primarily. It also helps it stand straight up off the bottom. So I actually cut, it's a 5-inch worm, so I cut it down to like 3-inch. And then as it stands up off the bottom like that, it will literally stand on its head. And I think what happens is in the wintertime, these fish are looking for crustaceans, and many times they're looking for eels as well. And an eel digging down into the sand bottom looks just like that. And that redfish or snook can't handle with the idea of something getting away. This is a great way to target big schools of mullet on the surface right there. Probably some fish underneath them. Fish on! Okay, so, I mean, all of it? Oh, goodness. Hey, look at that. So, look, we got stuck. When I say we, I got stuck. You just happened to be along for the ride. But the gap we shot there, we lost about 6 inches of water since we started. I knew it was gonna be a challenge. But, so yeah, we had to get out and we had to push. As we were pushing, we finally got to these holes, and mullet stacked up in the holes, and apparently so redfish is too. Okay, well, see, fish some holes. I think maybe getting, you know, stuck in that gap was a little blessing in disguise. I mean, it didn't feel like it when we were in the water, but it's starting to warm up, and he ate it. All right. Yeah, I mean, I bounced it a couple times in this mullet, and he was all about it. You know who else is all about it? That joker. It's like, this ain't lunchtime, boys. Don't you even think it. All right, I'm gonna let him go. Not today, boys, not on my watch. Can you believe that? You know, the how you should work a Ned. You know, Ned's, you know, the primary game is to focus on the bottom. So I prefer to, if I'm just, you know, kind of like fan casting an area, I'll use some hard twitches, reaction bite, but I gotta let it pause. And that's so that jig head makes that thing stand straight up off the bottom. Now, the flip side, if you're sight fishing and you see fish coming down the shoreline, a lot of times I'll throw out ahead of the fish, well ahead of the fish, and wait for that fish to come to it. And I'm doing nothing more than shaking the rod tip, kind of shaking, slacking the line. And what that does, that worm, it just wiggle on the bottom. If you start hopping it, it'll spook him off. But a lot of times, if you drag it or just shake it a little bit, it's just enough to get him to jump out of his skin to come eat it. Oh my goodness. There's one in front of me. 30 inches.
Snook or red?
Snook. Ooh, tricky. He's facing me. Oh, right here. Oh. Yeah, I was just looking at, you know, they were like staged up. Like that one. That's a good one. I think it's a redfish. Yep. Yeah, just he was coming right down the edge on that sand. Got him some worm. How's that worm, buddy? Oh, hey now, hey, hey, hey. Yeah. Well, that's a case of just working the edges. You know, there's fish coming down those edges there. It's real shallow. The grass is on the outside of us, but not enough water to get on top of that grass. So they're just cruising the edge, looking for something to make a mistake. In this case, it was a worm. That'll do it. Yeah, good quality fish there. Not a giant, but probably 24, 25 inches maybe. We'll take it. Oh boy, look at that. Let me stop us. Power pole down. Look at that. Dude, and watching him blow up on that whatever he was eating. I can't imagine a bait fish in here. Maybe he was popping some mullet. I mean, look at the bottom. It's like that grass. Oh, dude, that right there, redfish. 100% redfish. I saw his face come out of the water. Oh, they're still popping. Okay, let's concentrate on what we got. Dude, they're still frothing. Yeah. Man, look at that. Ate it. Yeah. Huh? Oh, I can't. Dude, it's literally whitewater over there. I'm gonna release him. All right, so we just came into this little bay and fish are just blowing it up on the surface. And we just had a cold front 2 days ago and we got another one coming like 7 o'clock tonight. So they must be feeling the magic. They're like, hey, we gotta get on our feed because it's fixing to get cold again. But God, I mean, those fish were just whitewatering. Oh, my goodness. I'd love to see that. I think some of those were redfish. That one I saw just about do a headstand. God, they're still going off. Man, I mean, sometimes it just plays out right. And I wish I could tell you all it was like this all the time. But it's not. You just, sadly, don't get to see the tough days. A lot of this is just preparation, knowing, you know, the tides and where you can go and where you can't go. I got him. I got him looking. That's why he felt so strong. Didn't see that one coming, did you, buddy? Yeah, look, they're just in here warming up. I mean, the water temp's got to be upper 60s here. And this little area is just covered with just sand and just dark kind of rolling moss grass. And they'll just stage up next to it, ready to feed. You know, snook are not super happy with this cold weather. So we want to make sure we take care of them on the release. But look at that. He's all pumped up. Well, front is basically approaching. We got no clouds in the skies. Wind changed out of the northwest, and you could see the difference in the water. Just the fish activity changed. Mullet aren't loping, and it's without question, I believe, on full shutdown, which means we're on full shutdown and we're shaking it to the house. Are you ready for this? Yeah. It's gonna be cold going right into the wind. But hey, good day. Got a lot of fish that we're able to sight fish. Big groups of snook, which kind of surprised me. But hey, we found some water. It was 70 degrees. When we started, it was 63. So that just tells you get in the backcountry, in these bays that have dark bottom, you can catch them too. Let's ride. Bro, you're killing me.